Cres. Now, last week we had James and Fred. They've jumped ship, so we're back on board.
They got the arse.
They got the arse, actually. But before we do get started, what we will do is just thank our sponsors in Arana Joinery and Halfback Digital Media. So obviously this doesn't happen without them, so thank you to our lovely sponsors. We always like to start with a bit of a story from your... Well, it's Huddy, but it's also Callum. Who are you going to go with, Huddy or Callum?
Huddy now. So obviously last week I did my calf, so I was at home. Everyone was giving me a lot of advice on icing it, 20 minutes on, 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, 20 minutes on. Huddy has now seen that. What's the ice on your leg at Nathan? So now he running out of his bedroom, crash straight into the walls, grabbing his leg, screaming out, I need ice, I need ice. So now I've been putting ice packs on his on his feet, and then just before training, ran down the hallway, hit the door. So what's right? He's like, I need ice, I need ice. So the ice packs have just been flowing at our house.
We have to be careful here, because obviously kids look up to their role models.
Yes.
Kids copy what their parents do, but I'm just a little bit concerned they won't have another Sean Griffin on their hands.
Yes, no.
So, Shawnee, apologies for the joke, but it was there, I had to take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's been watching you.
He's been all over it. And Christine's like, what's he need ice for? Which is, yeah, I get it. It's like the Band-Aids, so there we go.
Very good. And what about Cal? Anything, or am I putting you on the spot?
Nah, Cal's just been sleeping and drinking and smiling. It's going well.
Very nice. Now, as mentioned, no taters. There might be a reason for that. So, we might get into it a bit later.
It's going to be good.
So, we'll see how that goes. Where do we want to go? Do we want to get straight into some awards? Or
sure. We can go straight into, well, we can go into Panther Press medal, and I can do the last week's and this week. So, obviously, the 3s and 4s played a one-day game last week, and obviously I wasn't on, so we can do the votes for that one.
Sounds good.
And start off with that. So we'll go with Bolts' 52, so 3 votes to Bolts, which is 52 and 2 for.
And 2 for, yeah.
And pass out.
Yeah, I was going to say,
so
he's getting 3 votes.
Well, I'm giving him 3 votes for heat stroke because I'm.
It's 22 degrees.
I have a lot of heat stroke. I've had heat stroke at 16, so it's
You can still heat stroke.
Yeah. I've got it now, so actually Tyers is missing today with heat stroke, so.
Yeah, well, again, we may jump into that a little bit deeper, so I'm not sure it's heat stroke.
Yeah, so, and then Waldo, 49 not out, so he gets 2.
Yeah, and again, this is the 49 where the captain wouldn't let him get to, wouldn't even let him keep going. So you were thinking maybe the next one.
Yeah, but Toby gets, because I'm a bowler, but he gets 1 vote for 3 for 21, so.
So Nathan's comparing 3 for 20 against 49. I'm like, Waldo's been pretty stiff. The captain hasn't let him get to 50, and I kind of mentioned this as well, but Waldo's been put on a t-shirt. So Waldo was on, the couple of weeks ago when Tyler got hit for 6 to win the game.
He's a meme, is he?
Well, no, it's a t-shirt.
T-shirt meme.
So Case from Southeast Fitness has put the shot on a t-shirt, but so at least it's Waldo just keeping. It's not him throwing his gloves. So at least that's a little win. But he's on a t-shirt, poor fella. So give him a couple of votes.
Yeah, well, I want to get this t-shirt. I want a photo of this t-shirt.
I'll try and find it, and maybe we can show it.
We'll wear them next week.
Yeah.
So, and then this week's one, no surprises, will be Harry with his 5 for.
Yep.
David with his 79, I think it was.
I tell you what, geez, he's pretty stiff because I reckon Dave wasn't going to stop at 79, but
yeah, well, I'll get into that a bit later on my fines. And then Tidsy as well with his 60. Yep. So they're the 3-2-1s for the Panther Press.
Yeah. Do we need to do that last bit again? Or?
It's a bit loud, mate.
That's all right. Come on, Nate.
Come on, Nate. It's a bit loud, mate. Cheers, mate. Well, this is more important than selection.
You're about an hour late. Obviously, we're going to edit half of this shit out. So where do we get to?
That's the end of the Panther Press medals. We're done there.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah,
right.
Done.
We should probably do that's all right.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, so let's start again. Go.
Are we editing this, or is he's just going to play?
Oh, you're kidding. Taking a piss.
Oh, fantastic.
All right, so that's Panther Press done.
Yep.
Maybe we have a look at the results and see how we went. So, first 11, we batted first, made 262. Obviously, had a chat about Smiley batting really well, getting 79. Obviously, the batting would have been talked about last Panther Press, but just to go over it again, 64 for Tibbs, batted really well in the middle. Tyers, 26, got another start. He's sort of getting those starts and just sort of getting out, but he'll get there. From a bowling point of view, we were actually unfortunately struck down. You might want to tell us a bit more about this, but I was in Bali. You were struck down with a calf injury.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go. A bit of extra fielding, just get the extra fielding in.
Yep.
And went to take a catch and pop the calf. So that was not great.
Yeah.
So ruled out.
So ruled out, bowled 1 over, and then
2 overs.
You bowled 2 overs.
2 overs.
Bowled
yeah.
2 overs.
2 overs.
Then we were a man down.
Yep.
And then we had the situation where obviously Griffo was sort of on a few restrictions on overs.
Yep.
But he ended up getting 1 for 37.
And doing his hammy again.
Did his hammy again, unfortunately, so we're down another bowler. But Marlowe sort of took the new ball on the weekend and, as usual, stood up pretty strong and
well, he should
got
have
us 3 for 49 and definitely probably
should have
had 4 for.
definitely.
At the end of the day, he batted really well. Unfortunately, it didn't go our way. But, you've got to find a way to get these good players out.
Definitely, definitely.
We might have a look at the twos. You can take this one.
Well, fair chase. So, obviously, last week, bowled first. They've posted 220. Obviously, Harry Bolt's going down and getting 5 for 42. Fantastic. Tyler Rumpf actually started off really, really well as well. He had 2 for not many as well.
It was interesting, just like obviously checking the scores at T. Like Listerfield batted really slow. It's a small ground, as we know, but the sort of wickets weren't really coming.
Yep.
And it seems as if when maybe Listerfield tried to up their game and get a decent score, then the shots started to come and maybe the wickets started to fall, because I think they were only 2 or 3 down at T. So it's really, credit to the boys to peg it back so much.
Definitely. I think Kynan, again, has bowled really, really well, but without luck.
Yep.
Is all reports, more so with himself. And I heard Geordie's first over was an interesting first over and got a wicket off the back of it, but yeah, it wasn't his best first over, but that's what happens.
But Geordie's also coming back from a
injury,
pretty bad injury, and
definitely.
He's not 100%.
Which is great to see him back out there, really.
Yeah, he's having a great year, but he's not quite where he wants to be or needs to be.
And then with the batting, all reports too, we got off to a good start. Morgie getting 57, Clarkey 47, Cooper again, Ethan and Harry there with 24. Just lost clumps of wickets in crucial stages, and all reports a big LB at the end too that was triggered by Clarkey as well. So,
I have heard this.
Yeah, I've heard it's gone up just as quick as when he got his hat trick. So, so that's not great with 6 runs to go. So could have just, let's just sliding down leg maybe. You never know. But honesty.
Well, if he thought it was
out,
be honest. Give it out. So I rate that from Zach.
Yeah, definitely.
You've got to give it out if you think it's
definitely,
out. Too many stories you hear about people not giving them. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look at the threes. Now, they played one-dayers. So this is obviously they were back last week, but they played a one-dayer. And unfortunately for our thirds, who have been going really, really well, they've been flying. They were on the wrong end of the wins column this week. So Ferntree chased down 146. But the bowlers, it looks like they did a fairly good job. Brad got himself 2 for 16. And Rumpy, we talked about Harry going down and sort of responding. It looks like Braden did the same, 2 for 25. So unfortunately, they probably didn't get enough runs the week before, and Ferntree got over the line, but a couple of good bowling performances.
Definitely.
Let's have a look at the fours.
So also the fours have been flying as well, but this is obviously one of their fewer losses, I would say. So we've obviously got Brad Hamilton here getting 38, Campbell as well getting 18, Samuel Fry 14.
This name is there every week.
Every week. And then you jump down and he's got 2 for 26 as well. So
he's a Panther Press medal chance, surely.
Yeah. And Mitch March here with their 3 for 44.
Mitch March.
He's done quite well there. So obviously didn't get the cookies, but
not enough runs.
Not enough runs really. So.
Nice. All right. So where are we taking it now? Where do we go to? We've got to get our Amalfi player
Yep.
of the round, and also obviously after that we look at the junior one.
Yep.
So where did we sort of sit? We've got some good performances.
Well, obviously Dave's performance, but it has to go to Harry with his fifer.
Yeah.
So I'd say
his
Harry,
first fifer too. So
first fifer,
here's one for you. So congratulations, Harry, on your first ever fifer.
Yep.
But if you get a chance, ask how many forfeits he's got. He counts. He knows how many forfeits he's got. So yeah. So. I thought that was interesting.
How many has he got?
I can't remember it, but he told me, but he knows. But his first fifer, he's an Amalfi player of the round, so make sure you catch up with Fred and get
a free pizza. Yep.
Now we'll have a look at the
junior
player of the round, which I always get this wrong, but was it Yo My Goodness?
Yep.
I remember I said that wrong, Yo My Mama, I think it was. Yo My Goodness, player of the round. And you know, you've worked this one out. You've seen
Saviour. He's got 39 off 40. He was the only one in the 16s to retire on the weekend. So I feel that if he had more time, he could have gone on and got a lot more as well. So
yeah, what an effort!
Great effort. So
fantastic.
Also, see Fred to get your voucher. That's just scribbled there on that page. So
excellent. I was just looking at your notes. Now, we don't have the Panthers Club.
No.
Because obviously that is James' domain.
Yeah, so what we should, speaking of James.
But we do have some stats and some scores to look at.
From the 2020.
Which is James. Yeah, so we've got his skipper. What? Oh no, the skipper.
I'm glad we have the 4 here.
Well, normally we look at this and it's the highest score. We've gone Eildon Park, 7 for 203. James Tate at the top. So it would suggest he's made runs, but there is a big duck there.
Big golden duck.
And there's a 1. So he's made golden duck as skipper of the Vets team. James, what's going on?
Well,
he talks a big game.
He took a lot of pot shots at Kinners, didn't he? So Kinners, good. He's got 45 off 22.
Yeah.
And James has got a good one.
Right of reply. Kinners is winning.
Yeah. So
he hit some big sixes too. Kinners he's got the bubble, but it's like when a bat gets really old, it gets really dark.
Yep.
I reckon it has to be from the 90s.
Yeah.
But he hit 4 massive sixes and he was chuffed. When Kinners gets pretty happy with himself, he gets a bit of a wobble.
Yep.
The wobble was out, so that was pretty fun to watch. But we had a few older names in our team in terms of ex-players. So Shane Kostick sort of came back into the fray and he opened up, got 62 off 30. Tater's rule was no defensive shots, and Shane tried to play a couple just forward defences, almost got caught first ball, and then it was like, oh, well, I may as well just swing away, and it seemed to work out. And we had Aaron Powell playing as well, which was pretty cool. But we also had Reece Adams, Junior, I'm going to say club champion from the club, who obviously went off to Premier Cricket, made Team of the Year at Premier level. He had a game, and Steve DeBolfo, who hasn't actually played here, but played at Paran with a few of those boys, and he was a bit of an inclusion, which was lovely. And then Pimmy made an appearance as well.
I heard he missed the pitch.
He did, so did Aaron though. So Aaron missed the pitch in the second last over when we probably needed to take it a little bit more serious. But Powley got 3 for 18. Myself got 3 for 30, and Dave Sidebottom was absolutely stitched up. He was keeping, and the boys just threw the ball into the dirt all day. He was literally, it was like he was trying out for hockey goalkeeper because he was under the pump all day. But he did a fantastic job as well. But we're gonna game here next week.
Well, is it the reason that James has gone hiding? Is it because he could get dropped?
Well,
I've heard that
he's in trouble.
I think he's in a lot of trouble. He's spoke a big game, and now he's made a golden duck, had a pot shot at everyone, and we actually don't know where he is. Well, I've just made up that he's got heat stroke. He's gone missing. I don't even know if we can pick him this week. He probably should be dropped from the ones for this week from that. So
Fred's just made a comment He's just had a bit of a crack at Tater's field placement.
Yep.
So we made 203. We were
Yep.
fairly cocky and confident.
Yep.
And Tater's decided we've got this. So we had a slip for the first 5 overs. Then they were going at 11 and over. And I think we suddenly realised, oh, hang on, it's a very small ground. We might have to just take this a bit more serious. And we only won by 4 runs.
Well, imagine if you didn't win that, because he went on this podcast saying that it would beat our ones team, it would beat all this. Imagine if he had lost it.
Yeah, it was.
There was a lot of pressure on Langers and his vets team. There's
saying
probably
that,
a little bit more pressure on
Langers is under the
James,
pump too. Langers pulled out of this game because his spinning finger was injured. He doesn't spin the ball. He can't have a spinning finger that's injured when you don't spin the ball. So I don't know. We haven't done a peeved off Panther, but James and Langers are fighting for that one.
That is outrageous.
It was
Big golden duck though. That's great, James. Well batted.
I think that's pretty much us.
That's a bit of a wrap for us, I think.
It's a quick one. Obviously, we've had selection going on behind us, and they're making the big calls. And it's interesting to see they've actually been looking at obviously who plays where, based on some scenarios of qualification. But as I said, the selection guys have been doing their thing. So we can't. Are the teams done? Yes. All right, so we might actually read the teams out straight up as we go.
I can't read that.
I will read the teams out. So the first are playing versus the Basin. They're second, we're fifth, so it is a very important game. And we've got Hicksy leading the way with Lockie Bolts, Smiley, Tibbs, Taters, McNally.
He's lucky.
I know, he's very lucky. Sudsy, myself, Bull, Harry Bolt's back up after a great performance. And a debut.
Ooh, yes.
It's a first debut. And a guy that you might want to talk a little bit more about after I sort of mention his name, but since I've been at the club, he's worked his ass off and he really deserves it. But Kynan Arundel, congratulations, and I don't know if you want to say anything about that.
Well, mate, I'm chuffed for him. Yeah. We started off with a leggy. So,
wow.
And then he moved into bowling pace. This year he come back a lot fitter. He come back a lot fitter. We've got a lot of left armers at this club as well. So, and he's pushing off of the nets. He's been bowling well. All reports, I've been chatting to him at training. He's been bowling well all year, just without luck, really. I just kept saying to him, keep working. Your luck will turn. So I couldn't be more happy for the kid to come in and just have fun and have a crack, really. So that's awesome.
He's
really good.
Very much a deserving bloke. They're all deserving, but he's worked really hard to get this opportunity. So go well, young man, awesome. And looking forward to getting out there on Saturday with him. The twos, obviously playing the Basin as well. The twos have sort of had that really tricky year where they've been in a lot of games, and unfortunately, the team that they're putting out on the park this week has lost a little bit of experience through a few of those injuries, but it means opportunity, and Cooper's doing a wonderful job down there, and I think as long as we can be sort of developing these guys, we're going the right way.
Positive attitude and keep doing what they're doing, like Kynan, in a way that their luck's going to change. Like, they've been in so many games. Like, look at the last few weeks that we spoke about, the Knoxfield game, just at the end there. Then you look at last week, 4 runs. Like, they've
been in most games.
They've been in most games, so they're not far off. So, and like you said, they're, with players going in and out, they're experienced players that are coming in and out as well. So, it's
well, let's have a look at their team. So we've got, I think, I think we've just heard the first 11 being announced in the rooms, and there's a very big cheer. So again, it's good to see the whole club getting behind Kynan. But for the twos, Zach Clark, who, we talked about the experience, I think he's doing a wonderful job sort of helping out the twos and leading them with, obviously, Cooper as captain, but Zach being that experienced cricketer. Morgie, Blake, Cooper coming in at 4. Sorry, the captain, Cooper Denning, coming at 4. Cooper Fisher. Geordie is in. Tyler, after a good game last week, obviously still there. Shane going well as usual. The Bonch. And Case Taylor, I'm going to say that's his first game in the twos, so well done to you. We're always saying...
I think he's just played a couple.
You reckon?
I do. I think he may have played the Knoxfield game as well.
Okay.
I think.
But great to see. His name's been there and thereabouts. And Waldo, who got hit in the face today.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's okay for the weekend.
He needed ice as well.
He needed
I heard him
ice.
scream out. So
Having a look at the threes, they're playing on the back oval here versus Mumble. And we've got Lukey Epps, Josh Wilkins, Huddy Reid, Lockie Wilkins, Brad, Riley, Zave, Braden Rumpf, Tommy May, Lukey Hamilton, Toby, and Steve Potter. And they'll bounce back, I think, this week.
So, yeah.
They've been going really well. And just a shout out to Potsy, doing a great job. A lot of young kids there, but they're getting a really good go and learning how to play cricket the right way is
definitely, and a lot of them have gone up and down into the 2s and the 3s this year as well. So a bit of experience going through, yeah, definitely.
And the 4s, they're playing South Belgrave, and I'm going to say I've never played at that ground, Kalorama Memorial Reserve. So I'm not sure where that is, but I assume it's up near South Belgrave. You heard of that one before?
No. Is their second ground the one that's when you go down Harkaway Drive? Is that their second one?
That's a great question. Not sure.
Is that ground?
It could be. Kalorama.
There's a big, like, Saint, like when you turn there. I drove down there the other day and I thought, is that their second ground? Like, I don't actually know where their second ground.
Not sure.
Might be. So.
There you go. We've got Cam Hamilton, Tyler Hunt.
Great chat.
Josh, good chat. Josh Kilner, Brad Hamilton, Cole, 100 Scott,
Yeah.
Chris Campbell. Do you reckon you can get 400s?
He can, surely.
You could probably get 5.
It's
No
the
pressure,
Michael
Cole. Chris Campbell, as I said, Hayden Whiting, Sam Fry, whose name just appears on our results page every week. Josh Beamsley, Cade Marsh, or Mitch Marsh as you called him earlier.
Mitch is here.
Cooper Scott, Chris Aylan, and Paddy Blanche, who was sending thunderbolts down tonight. But I think do we have 4 games to go? It's probably just about,
I think there might be 3 in most grades, but I think the ones have got to catch up.
Yeah, so 3 to 4 games to go. So
Yeah.
we're getting to that business end. So, hopefully all our teams can put themselves in a position to, try and push for those finals.
Yep.
But at the very least, let's play in the right spirits and have some fun out there for the weekend. Again, thank you to Arana Joinery for being our major sponsor of the podcast.
Yep.
Halfback Digital Media for putting it all together. Ricky does an amazing job. It's just what he does. You saw the explosion.
Fantastic.
We talked about it. He gets it done. It's amazing. Obviously, we've got our other sponsors that sort of chip in a little bit here and there with the Melfi and my goodness. But Ray White is a big sponsor that have been helping out the last couple of years. So without all these guys, it's really hard to sort of the club to run as smooth as it does. So thank you to all those sponsors. Is there anything else you want to finish with?
Just a couple of fines, but I'm just about to find the selection committee that Dave Smythe doesn't have a magnet.
Yeah.
Now, I can understand Sean Griffin coming in this year, but Dave Smythe...
New player to the club, yeah?
He doesn't have a magnet. He's just won the last, 4 club champions, but no magnet. So, anyway.
Tough crowd.
Yeah, tough crowd.
Sorry, you want to do some
Well,
fines?
I've got a couple of fines here. So, myself for doing my calf and not helping us out. Shawnee for doing his hamstring. Zach for giving the LB, but as we spoke about, at least he did the proper thing. We'll still fine him anyway. Hicksy for leaving.
Oh, how was the leave? He's like, literally, guys, I have to leave at this time, but it was just the quickness of, all right, guys, I'm out, fine, cool, done, and he was gone.
See you, Skip, and I don't know, did we get another wicket since?
We got one.
One, right. And Marlowe, I'm finding him for running Smiley out. There's a lot of talk about, was he out, was he not out? He was out, and Marlowe ran him out. So you're getting fined.
Did you notice that Marlowe was in the crease, though? At his end?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, maybe it wasn't all his fault.
Well,
if Marlowe can make it, why couldn't Smiley?
Why don't you just kiss him?
Well, no, I'm just you're happy to throw a fine in.
Yeah, well,
have you looked at all the evidence?
Yeah, he's evidence of why the hell. Sorry, Smiley, we're finding you. Why did you run off the pitch?
No, he took a backward step. But also, how does an umpire? Oh no, I'm not allowed to say that.
Yeah. So.
But I was going to say, Owen he had amazing eyes that day because he was only out by this much, but his eyes.
He was out.
Struggled.
So, and he ran on the grass. I've now turned. Smiley, you've been fined. Why'd you run on the grass?
This is a shambles.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
We're all done. Enjoy the weekend.
Right,
Thank you
good luck.
for everyone.